Hi guys. Today I want to do something a little different than I've ever done before. If you haven't seen it yet, I will link it right here. But my awesome, amazing sweetheart of a second cousin who lives in Kansas, who I've actually only met like I think 2 times in my life, but is a huge supporter of mine, and I'm so thankful for her. And but if you haven't seen that video yet, she sent me the most wonderful package she sent home with my grandma while my grandma was visiting down in Kansas. And so she sent this beautiful package filled with wonderful things home for me. And she put some things in there that she thought I might like to try out on my channel, which I absolutely do. And if you watch it, you will see that I said I think she was reading my mind on some of these things because I hadn't mentioned them, but they're things I've been wanting to try. So I'm excited to share those with you today. So the two products that I'm going to be sharing with you guys and doing a wear test of today are this Catrice Cosmetics HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. It says that it lasts up to 24 hours, is mattifying, and has a second skin effect. So we shall see how this actually performs. Now, I'm guessing she must have listened to the shades of the other foundations that I wear and kind of took a cue from those, because she got me it's shade 30, which is sand beige, and that sounds about right for a color that I would end up getting. So I'm excited to see how it does end up matching up. And then the other product is this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind eraser for dark circles. It's concealer, and this is one that I've been wanting to try for a long time. I hear so many good things about it, and I just haven't picked it up for myself. So I'm really excited to give this a try and let you guys know how I like it. So I will be doing this Catrice foundation, and which I don't own anything from Catrice, and then this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. So I wanted to do things as you know, fair as possible as far as like with my other foundation concealers that I use, to, you know, use the other products that I use with those to give it a fair chance, a fair shot, so I know it's not like because I changed primer or something. So I already have my not foundation, that's gonna come on. I already have my moisturizer on, which I have been using this Neutrogena Anti-Wrinkle Deep Wrinkle Daily Moisturizer. It has sunscreen in it with SPF 20. So that is what I have been using lately, and I am really liking it. It is not greasy at all. I have extremely oily skin, so I have to be very careful. This is my typical, what I've always, I mean, I've used this for years, this Neutrogena Oil-Free Moisture, and it has SPF 15 in it. I've always really liked it, but you know, I've got fine lines and wrinkles, and so when I saw this, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to give that a try. I have enjoyed all my other Neutrogena products, so this is what I've been using, and I have been enjoying it. So that is what I have on today. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my Benefit Professional primer, because this is what I use every day, and so it only makes sense. So I use about this much, and then I mostly just concentrate on the areas where my pores are the biggest, and I have like these deep wrinkles between my eyes here. A girl that I used to watch, she hasn't been making videos lately, but she calls them her 11s, which cracked me up because, yeah, I totally have the 11s. But then I just kind of, you know, spread it out a little and kind of tap into the places that I want to make sure are covered real good. Can I get those pores filled? I love this primer. I never does me wrong, I guess I can say. I feel like it does a good job doing what it's supposed to, and my makeup doesn't move off my nose or anything typically, but of course that could be part of my foundation and stuff too, so we shall see. So now that I have that on, I'm going to go ahead. I have been very much enjoying, I used to use the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge, blending sponge to apply my foundation. I decided to try a foundation brush because I watched people use it, and I was kind of just intrigued, like I wonder, you know, if that's better or what. Well, so I ended up buying this, it's Urban Studio. I bought this at TJ Maxx for, I believe it was $3.99. It is the 182 buffing brush, and it's nice and dense, but not so dense that it's like, you know, Brillo pad on your face. But so it's nicely densely packed, and I have been loving this. I feel like I apply my foundation so much faster. It's, you know, flawless. There are no streaks or weird things. Not that I had issues with it with the beauty sponge, but it did take me a little bit longer with that. So I've been loving this. So this is what I'm going to use with this foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and shake it up and make sure it's all mixed nice. And I do like that this one has a little dropper. Well, I say I like that. I don't know. I've never used one like that before. But so we will see how that goes. Now, I typically, with my other foundation, I put it on my finger and dot it around on my face. Wow, this is way liquidier. Liquidier? Is that a word? It is for me. Than my other foundation that I typically use. Not that that matters, but okay. I think I'm going to need more than that. Now, I do not wear my foundation very thick. I feel like it ages me if I do, so that's not really what I'm going for. And so yeah, I think this is probably going to be a good amount, and if not, I'll just add a little more. And then whatever I've got left on my finger, I just kind of use my brush, and let's see what happens here. We'll blend it out. I have a strange line going on my nose, but it's like a weird dry skin line. I don't even know what that is. Like, why is that there? I've never had that before. It's not from the foundation. It's just like a, it almost looks like I got scratched or something. Maybe I scratched myself in the night. I was having some crazy dreams last night, so there is no telling. All right, that's better. Okay, well, it blended out really nice. It might be a tiny bit light for me. Well, in the camera it looks really light, but in person it doesn't look that light. But I always bronze up and stuff anyway, so I'm not really worried about that because I know I can make it work. So that is not a problem. It seems to cover nice. And I like the amount that I put on. It's not thick. It's very, I don't feel like there's anything on my face, which is what I want out of a foundation. I do not want to feel like there's foundation on my face. I don't like that at all. So, and it does seem very mattifying, so that is promising for me in my super oils. So yeah, so far, I'm liking the way it blended out and everything, and the way it feels. So that is good. I'm very happy with that. Okay, so next is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles Treatment Concealer with goji berry and haloxyl. Wow, I didn't know. I don't have any idea what haloxyl is, or if I'm even saying that right. Chances are good I'm not. But goji berry. Interesting, interesting. What's going on? Okay, so I'm very intrigued by the top of this. Like, I don't know, it just seems so fun to me. This is in the shade Light Pale, so that should be perfect. So you just twist up until you see product, I'm pretty sure. I say I'm pretty sure. I'm not really sure of anything. Am I even twisting it the right way? It's gotta be, right? Yeah, the other way doesn't even move. Is it just gonna like come out like crazy? Oh, I think, okay, now I see some color coming up in there. All right, there it is. I had to prime it. All right, so I went ahead and dampened my little, this is just a little tiny sponge from BH Cosmetics that I like to use for concealer around my eyes. So that is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to put this on. I'm going to go light with it because I'm afraid I'm not sure how much it's going to come out. Okay. because in truth, I do not use a ton of concealer. Again, I feel like that ages me. So if you feel like when you put your makeup on, it actually makes you look a little bit older, you might be putting on too much. So maybe don't put so much of a layer of your foundation, and use much less concealer, because the concealer, and if I go around this edge, you know, the outer edges of my eyes, oh no goody. I'm like super creepy old looking, and I don't feel like I actually look that way, but it makes me look that way. So that is just kind of a little tip. I just keep to this inner and right down here where the little circles are. Okay. I actually feel like I could put a little more. So I'm going to do that. Start light and work your way up. You can always add. It's not so easy to take away. Unless you want to completely redo your makeup, and that is an annoying thing to have happen. Not that it's ever happened to me or anything, because I'm pretty much an expert, but not even close. Okay, that blends super nice. So I really like the way that felt. Now, what I have been doing is I have this red dot. I don't know what it is. It's like a blood vessel type thing. I got it after I had my youngest son. And it drives me crazy. So I just put a little foundation. I usually just kind of put on my finger and kind of dab around to cover that a little. Oh, I like the coverage that this gives. It doesn't completely cover it, and that's fine. I mean, it's a part of me, whatever. But I don't like for it to be like super red, like so obvious on my face. And then I also like to kind of go where I've got some little like freckly spots up here that I don't necessarily love. And then if I've got any little blemishes, which my neck right now, it's that lovely time of the month, and that's where my acne likes to go. So I just kind of pat some onto those spots. And then my scar down here, I kind of just run a little across and pat it down. Again, not like I'm embarrassed of it or anything, but when people look at me, I don't want that to be the first thing that they see. So, okay, so I've got on my concealer. I hope I didn't push out too much. Hopefully that's okay. And my foundation. So again, it's the Catrice Cosmetics HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. Wow, for some reason I couldn't say that. It claims to last up to 24 hours, is mattifying, and has a second skin effect. Second skin effect, I totally do feel like right now. I feel like it looks really, really good. And I don't know how well you'll be able to tell, but I'm looking in the mirror behind. But it looks very good in person. Very nice and mattified. And then this Maybelline Instant... You guys, what is my problem? Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser for Dark Circles. So, I'm going to be doing another video here. Actually though, before I do that, I am going to do my other step that I always do with my foundation and everything. So once I get it all on, I always go in with my Coty Airspun. This is the translucent extra coverage. I give up on speaking today apparently. And I just put a little into the cap. Little trick for this. This can be very messy. So I hold my little puff like on this side of the jar while I tap into the lid, because it always flies up, so then the puff catches it, so it's not all over your counter and everything else around you. And then I take my powder brush and I kind of go around the inside of this part of the container to get the stuff that, you know, is caught in that top part, and use that first, and then start applying it. And you don't need very much. Like, this thing of powder will last me the rest of my life. Okay, not really, but it'll last a long time. And I always just do a nice little coverage everywhere I put my foundation and concealer. to just kind of lock it on. So I wanted to do that the same, so that I'm using the same products that I would use otherwise, and so I'm getting a good indication of what this foundation and this concealer do throughout the day. So I am going to be recording some other videos, doing makeup and stuff. So I will come back to you and share like updates. Right now it is 11:31, and so I will be coming back periodically to show you what it's looking like, give you some updates on how that is working, and we will see. So I'm excited to see how it performs. See you guys in just a minute, but it'll actually be hours from now. But that's the magic of doing videos, which is not really that magical. And me doing this isn't magical at all, so I'm gonna stop now. Okay guys, I just finished filming a video with this makeup look, so if it's already up, I'll link it up here. If not, watch for it. But so this is with that foundation and concealer that I just did my rest of my makeup over, and this is what it currently is looking like. So looking good. Nothing really has changed. Nothing's creasing weird in my laugh lines, because that's where I'll usually get, is right here in my 11s, I guess, those nice wrinkles, and then like right around my nose here. But so far so good, and it is 12:26. So I will wait a few hours now before I come back and give you another update. Okay, I thought I would give you guys a little update on the foundation and concealer. It is, well, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, 3:54. 3:55 in the afternoon, and as you can see, there's a little bit gone right here, but I also was itching. I had a crazy itch on the side of my nose right there, so I mean, what are you gonna do? In my little creases here, you can see where it's broken up a tiny bit, or not broken up, but like gathered in there. That is totally normal for me. Happens with every foundation, and same within these little smile lines right here. But otherwise, it's not looking real bad, like around my nose or anything, and staying pretty decently matte. Like, it's doing pretty good. So, the real test will be now I'm headed out to take stuff out to our trailer, and it's like in the 80s. So, I'm gonna be carrying like, you know, loads of clothes and stuff back and forth. So, I'll probably be sweating. So we'll see how it stands up to that. So I will be back later to update again. Hey, little update. It is 8:18. Hopefully I'm getting that in there. And this is the current situation with the Catrice foundation and the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer. Again, in between here, I've got my little, where it collects, no big deal. Same within my smile lines here, and around my nose. I don't know if you can see, kind of maybe break up a little bit, but no, not really. I mean, or collect there. You can see it a little bit in my pores on my nose, that it's kind of collected in there. But I put this on at, what was it, 10 something or 11 something? I'll have to go back and look. But yeah, I'm feeling like for that, and it's hot, and I was carrying stuff back and forth to my camper, and you know, just doing stuff around the house and stuff, so I've been sweating, and I feel like my makeup for the most part looks pretty dang good. So I will probably do one more update right before I wash it off to go to bed tonight, but I'm feeling pretty good about this, and I think she did awesome with color matching. I don't know how she did it, but she did good. So alright, I'll be back for one last check-in. Okay, I'm going to try to be quiet here because my husband's in bed, and it is now after 1:05. It's 1:05 in the morning. I stay up late. But I am getting ready to go to bed, and I just wanted to do my last check-in with the foundation and concealer. So again, it is the Catrice Cosmetics HD Liquid Coverage foundation, and the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer. And as you can see, for it being this late and with what time I put it on, it's looking pretty darn good. My nose, I rubbed, I got a hair here, things like that, but I'm super impressed with the performance. So you did good, Debbie. So I'm excited to wear this more, and I think it's going to do really good for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you would like to see more of these types of reviews and wear tests, and I will try to bring those to you. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.